Before the break, like on Thursday before the break, we did, let's do this. We learned how to factor that. You guys know how we can factor that? Probably not. Okay, the first way that we learned, a long time ago, was called take stuff out. You guys remember that?
Mm-hmm.
What can we take out of both of those?
4.
4 and
2.
4x.
They both have
4x squared.
4x squared. They both have at least an x squared in it. So after you take that out, you put in parentheses what's left after you divide that both of those by 4x squared. What's 2x? What's 12 divided by 4 is 3. X squared divided by x squared is gone. Well, it's 1.
1.
But 1 times 3 is 3. Okay, that's...
Can you?
Okay, that was the first thing that we learned. Okay, then on Friday, right before break, we had some problems like this. Let's do this one. You guys remember how we did this? 3-term factoring? We did the harder version of this yesterday. This was the easier version. There's no number on the front. You say, what two numbers multiply into -8
2.
that could add up to -2?
2. 2 and 4.
2 and 4. How do you get 2 and 4 to add up to -2?
-4.
-4 plus 2. Okay, those multiply to -8 and they add up to -2. Right? Then yesterday we did some problems. See if I can make one of these up in my head. 6 and 2. Okay, what do we do when there's a number on the front?
1 and 2x.
Right, instead of just putting x times x like we did the last problem, we gotta put 2x times x. X and 2x on the front. Okay, for the back we still ask what goes into -6, but we no longer ask that adds up to 4 because we gotta do the FOIL stuff to see if that gives us the 4. So what multiplies into -6?
3, 2.
3 and -2, 2 and -3. So you gotta kind of just try and see if it works. So if I do 2 and -3, that would be -6x plus 2x makes -4x.
Wrong.
So
Switch the sign.
the signs are backwards.
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Shh. Alright, so that would be the answer for that one. But actually, this is what we didn't get to yesterday. Originally I would put 1 through 20 down, but we didn't get there. What we should have done on this one beforehand, you should always see, can I take stuff out first, like we did on this first example. This first example is not 3-term factoring, but we could still take something out. On this one, I should have checked, can I take anything out of all 3 of those? 2. So I really should have started by taking a 2 out. And what's left if I take a 2 out? Divide by 2. Divide by 2. Okay, then after I take the 2 out, I can still do 3-term factoring here. So what multiplies into -3 that adds up to 2? What multiplies into -3? -1 times 3, right?
Yeah.
And that adds up to 2. So -1 plus 3. Okay, notice the 2 that I took out did not disappear. It's just this thing became the 2 parentheses. Okay, that's what we didn't quite get to yesterday, but there are some problems like this today. So always check, can I take something out first? It's gonna be easy to forget, but you should always check that. On the 1 through 16 we did yesterday, none of them anything could be taken out, but yeah. Anyways, okay, that's what we've done so far. And then today we're adding on, it's not very hard really, something like this. Okay, I call these kinds, can I take anything out of both of these? No. No, but I can do something. This is called a square minus a square. Sometimes the book will say like differences in squares. What do you think I mean by a square?
It's square.
Yeah, like x squared, the little 2 exponent. Why is 25 a square?
Because there's a 1.
Why is 25 a
1?
Because what squared equals 25? 5's back in front. So a square number is a number that something times itself equals that. Or in other words, a square number has a square root. A nice square root, I should say. So, okay. Here's how it goes. It kind of sets up like 3-term factoring. So you have the double set of parentheses. Guess what I'm going to put on the front?
4.
No.
4.
What goes into 4x squared?
2.
2x times 2x. Could be 4x times 1, but not on square minus square. They're always the same. And what do you think I'm going to put in the back?
5. Negative
5 and negative 5. Okay.
Shut up.
So this is still like a FOIL problem. But what happens when I do outside inside? Negative 10x, 10x. They cancel out. That's why there's only 2 terms up here. Okay? So anyways, really easy. What goes in front? 2x times 2x. What goes in back? 5 and negative 5. See how quick that is? Boom, boom, boom. Oh, was it?
Just with ends.
Yay, free answer.
Wait, what is that?
Okay, number one, it doesn't matter. They're all about that easy.
We just like write that down.
Yeah, I don't care. Number one, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Is number one a square minus a square?
Yes.
Yes, it is. So what's gonna go in front?
4. Wait.
4 minus
Yes.
4 in, 4 in. What's gonna go in back?
minus 3 plus 3.
Minus 3 and plus 3. It's, it is possible that there would have been primes today, but none of these are going to be primes. I could make number one prime by writing it like that. What did I change on this to?
Plus 9.
Plus.
Okay, instead of a square minus a square, it's a square plus a square. This doesn't actually factor at all. So it's got to be a minus in the middle or else it doesn't work. Alright, anyways, number 3. Is number 3 a square minus a square?
No.
No. Actually, I should have asked, can we take anything out on number 3? I should have asked that on number 1.
Yeah. No. No.
No. 4 can go into 16 and 40, but not 25. 5 can go into 25 and 40, but not 16. So no, nothing comes out of those. So it's a 3 term, right? So we're going to set up with the 2 sets of parentheses. And what's going to go in front on this one?
4.
Yeah, what goes in 16b squared? 4b and 4b, or 8b and 2b, right? On this assignment today, it's kind of about, the assignment's kind of about twins. So, in other words, it's going to be the 4b and 4b. option. And what's going to go in the back? 5 and 5? Okay, you guys remember how we checked these yesterday? What's the outside? 20b. What's the inside?
20.
What's 20b plus 20b?
40.
40b, is that what we wanted?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted negative 40, so we did the sign wrong. So that's right. So you see how they're twins? Now, notice number 1, the square minus square, those are not actually twins, right? They're just very closely related, but they're not the same. Number 3, they're exactly identical. So on the square minus the square, they're not going to be identical. Do you guys know another shorter way, more compact way to write this? Number 3, the answer?
Squared.
Yeah, because it's just 2 of them multiplied together. Okay, number 5. Can we take anything out on number 5? No, nothing can come out of 1. Okay. Is number 5 a square minus a square? What times itself equals 1? 1.
So yes.
So it is a square minus a square. So, what's going to go in front?
3x.
Stepped on some sticky tape. Your hair. Your shoe is sticky.
What are you? Stop.
Alright, I lost my place. 3x and 3x. What's going to go in the back? Positive 1 and negative 1, right? Great, my shoe's going to slip on. That helped. Alright, number 7. Is 7 a square minus a square?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, because what?
And squared.
A squared times b squared, right? And what goes into negative 100? 10 and negative 10. Okay, number 9. Is number 9 a square minus a square?
Yes.
Yes. What's going to go in the front?
K.
K squared. And what goes in the back? What goes into negative 36?
6.
6.
And negative 6.
And negative 6. Okay, on number 11, is that a square minus a square?
Yes.
Well, actually, no. So what can we do with that? Oh, do you guys know how you could check whether, like 200, for example, is a square number? What's an easy way to check that?
Divide by 2.
No.
Divide by.
What's the opposite of squaring?
Unsquaring.
Kind of, but what do we call it? Okay, if you're trying to figure out what squared equals 9.
Square minus. Oh.
Square root, right?
Oh.
So if you plug in like square root of 200 in the calculator, you're gonna get something weird, like 14.1, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, it doesn't have a nice square root. So if 11 is not a square minus a square, what can we do with 11?
Take stuff out.
Take stuff out. And actually, we should have checked that first. So we haven't been doing very good. On 11, what can, although I would have said something on the others if there was anything we could have taken out. What can we take out on number 11? If they're both even numbers, yeah, we take a 2 out, right? What's left after you take out the 2? What's 98 divided by 2?
49.
Good job.
Thanks.
200 divided by 2. You guys are sharing one brain?
No. Brain stop.
Oh, that noise.
100. Oh my
That's
gosh.
nothing.
Oh,
Nails on the chalkboard, that's awful.
I think that's worse.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Where's the left?
This is a bad sound. This is like the sound,
No, chalkboard is
That's
way
so
worse.
nice.
that's like the sound basket you hear on a basketball court.
Yeah, rarely though.
Okay, anyway.
It's not like a pencil jar.
Shh. Okay, 200 divided by 2 is what? 100.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we do anything else? Okay, look at the parentheses now. What do I have in here?
It's square.
A square, right? Because what squared equals 49?
700.
Square minus a square, right? 'Cause-
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to do something else. I'm going to keep the 2 right where it was in front. What's going to go on the front of my parentheses? 7n. And what's going to go on the back?
Positive 10 and negative 10. Yes. Easy.
Okay, 13. So we'll be good this time and ask the right question. What can I take? Can I take anything out on 13?
Yes. 2. 6.
6 going to 400?
No. 8.
Is 8 going to 36?
No. 4. 9. 10.
Okay, 4.
4.
Okay, if you're not sure, like if you think two does go into both of them, but after you take a 2 out, you would see that they're still both even, so that means you could have taken another 2 out. So if after we take this 4 out, let's see if we have taken enough out. So if I take a 4 out of the 400, what am I left with?
9. 9? Not 9. 40. Not 48. Oh, 100.
100
I was looking at the other one.
minus 36 divided by 4. Shh.
9. I see.
Okay.
Shut up.
Does anything go into 109 that we should have taken out of those? The only thing that goes into 9 is like 3, right?
Yeah.
And 3 and 9 don't go into 100. So anyway, that's it. Can I do anything with the parentheses there?
Yeah.
Is it a square minus a square?
Yes.
Yes.
3.
So what's going to go in the front?
3
No.
Just kidding. 10. Oh, 10.
10 and 10.
You're stupid. I was thinking the other one.
Alright, girls. Alright, what's going to go in the back?
Negative 3.
Negative 3b and positive 3b. Okay, so the order is kind of backwards from normal, but we did the same steps.
Does it still count if I said it backwards? I knew the answers.
Well, if you put 3b and 3b in front, that putting the b's in front wouldn't have been wrong, but one of them would have been negative, even if you put it in
But I
front.
still got them right. Right?
Well, if you
I knew
put
the answers.
3b and negative 3b in front, that would have been okay.
Would you say 1 was 400 divided by 4? Huh? Huh? Sorry.
Alright. 15.
That was saying
Can we take anything out of 15?
Yeah. 10.
10. Stop, Maxon.
Me?
Yeah. Notice the noise stopped immediately when you said me.
Yeah, because I'm being trained by someone.
You need to learn how to do it simultaneously. Like talk
Like a
and.
ventriloquist.
Still, not me.
Okay, what's left after we take the 10 out
10.
on 15?
And
n squared
Oh,
plus
10.
10 n plus, what's 250 divided by 10?
25.
25. Okay.
Wait.
Can we do anything with the parentheses?
Yes.
It looks like
Yes.
3 term, right?
Yeah.
So, what's gonna go on the front? N times n.
Sure.
What's going to go in the back?
Plus 5 plus 5.
5 and 5, and they have to add up to 10, right? Remember I said this is the one with the twins. So, okay, you guys know another way I could write this answer?
2 squared, I tried.
10 times n plus 5 squared?
You should do this. I didn't either.
Shh, girls. Alright, number 17. Anything come out of both of those?
Yes.
Fuck.
7. X.
Anything come out of both of those?
No.
No, we actually kind of already did this problem. Do you guys remember it? Number 11. You guys remember 11?
Yep.
It was after we took a 2 out on number 11, we had 49 n squared minus 100.
Oh.
7n.
7x
Oh.
plus 10, 7x minus 10, right?
Oh, it's crying.
Get out.
That test was long.
I still have 2 more corrections.
Is that your book?
What?
Okay, 19.
Oh.
Is there anything that I can take out on number 19?
10p.
10 and the p, yeah. So the other class didn't catch the p part. You can take a 10 out, and you can take a p out of both of those.
Let's go.
What's left if I divide the first term by 10p?
P squared.
P squared minus, what is 1960 divided by 10?
196.
196, and then the p's would cancel out on that one. Okay, is the parentheses, is that a square minus a square? Is 196 a square number?
No.
Probably.
How would we find out? Probably.
Divide.
2.
Not divide,
Square.
square root. What's the square root of 196?
14.
14, yeah.
I was a guess.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it is a square minus a square. What am I going to put in the front? What am I going to put in the back? 14 minus 14. Almost there. 21. Can I take anything out of those two?
9.
9. Anything else?
V squared.
V squared. What's left if I take a 9v squared out of the first term? 9v squared. Minus, what's 900 divided by 9? 100. V squared divided by v squared cancels out, so that's gone. Okay. Is the parentheses a square minus a square?
Yes.
Yeah. The answer today is always pretty much going to be yes, although later on we'll probably get, when we get back into the book, the answer will be no sometimes. Okay, what's going to go on the front?
3v squared.
3b.
V.
Here. Let's
Okay, what goes in the back? What goes in negative 100? Alright, that's pretty much it. But number 12, what's going on with number 12?
Backwards.
Huh?
It's backwards.
It's backwards, right. So, does the order of addition matter? No. So we could rewrite 12 as 3b squared plus, we could write it in normal standard order. And what would be the first step for 12? Take out a 3, right? And then it'll probably be the 3 term, after you take the 3 out, what happens when you take a 3 out of a 3? 1. Because remember, we're dividing, 3 divided by 3 is 1, not 0. And so you'll have a 3 term thing left after you take the 3 out. The 3 is part of the answer. Alright, you guys keep going. Grant, let me zoom out so you can see all these.